Hey, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Jonathan Mayer has, I have it on CNN.com, and Jonathan Mayer, did I say Mayer? Majors was found guilty. I'm going to see if I can play this here for you guys. This is CNN.
Frightening free radicals are everywhere. Luckily, Palm Wonderful's antioxidants help defend against them. Real life is scary. Protect yourself from free radicals with Palm.
Joey, you're following this. What's your reaction to this verdict?
So the reaction is that the jury had a lot to evaluate, and by finding guilty on some charges and not the others, it means that in evaluating the testimony, Brianna and Bars, that there were some things that the jury credited and other things that they did not. It appears as though there was a guilty finding on what's called reckless assault. Well, what is that? There's a distinction between intentional assault, which means that it was your intent, it was your goal, it was your aim, it was your objective to assault, versus reckless. Reckless is the conscious disregard. It means the jury didn't make a finding that was intentional, but it was sufficiently reckless, right, such that the jury made a finding as to that. The jury also made a finding as to harassment, which is not a crime. It's simply a violation. A violation of law means that it doesn't rise to the level of a criminal offense. And just in terms of clarifying the parlance, a misdemeanor offense in New York State is a offense that is punishable by up to a year in jail, a violation punishable by up to 15 days. And so that's what the judge will have to, sentencing, evaluate whether there's any time at all that is going to be imposed, but that would be certainly the parameters of any sentencing. Not there yet, but when we get there, what he'll be facing.
Yep.
For your husband, iPhone 15 Pro.
Pause that. Yeah, but and then it says here, a New York jury on Monday found actor Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment of his former girlfriend during a domestic dispute. Majors, a rising star who has appeared in Disney's Marvel franchise and Creed 3, was convicted Monday on one count of reckless assault and the third degree and non-criminal charges of harassment as a violation. He was acquitted on another assault charge and one count of aggravated harassment. Majors, who was present in court on Monday, held a straight face while the verdict was being read. He left the courthouse without commenting members of the media. In a statement to CNN on Monday afternoon, Priya Chaudhary, an attorney for Majors, said he still has faith in the process and looks forward to fully clearing his name. Shortly after the news, the verdict source with knowledge of the matter told CNN that Marvel Studios will not be moving forward on any future projects with Majors, who was set to star in a villainous Kang in the upcoming Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. A representative from Marvel declined to comment when reached by CNN. So Marvel dropped him. The jury in the case deliberated for about 4.5 hours, total before reaching the verdict. The trial, which began on December 4th, stands for a March dispute involving Majors and his girlfriend, Grace Jabbari. Majors had pleaded not guilty to misdemeanor charges of assault and aggravated harassment. During the closing arguments last week, prosecutors alleged Majors didn't hesitate to use physical violence against Jabbari when he grabbed Jabbari's right hand, twisted her arm behind her back, and struck a blow to her head. During closing arguments last week, I'm going to read that again. Prosecutors alleged Majors didn't hesitate to use physical violence against Jabbari when he grabbed Jabbari's right hand, twisted her arm behind her back, and struck a blow to her head. Majors' attorney reiterated his innocence during her closing argument, calling the accusations against him fake and alleging that Jabbari was the aggressor in the argument. Majors did not testify during the trial, but he was present in the New York City courtroom for the duration of the proceedings. According to New York Times, Jabari testified December 5th that Majors assaulted her in the backseat of a car during a March dispute, with prosecutors said happening after Jabari saw romantic text messages on his phone from someone else. We are gratified to see the justice served by today's guilty verdict. Mrs. Jabari testified publicly and truthfully, even though reliving these traumatic events on a witness stand was obviously painful. Jabari's attorney said in a statement to CNN on Monday, "We are grateful that the juries and the judge for their attention and patience, and the Manhattan District Attorney's Office for their hard work and support." Until the legal troubles, Majors has starred in a number of high-profile film roles with more slated for production. He appeared as Kang in the Marvel film Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which released back in February. He also appeared in the Disney Plus series Loki, which aired second season in October. Avengers: The Dynasty King was to release 2026 and would have served as a starring vehicle for Majors. He was also set to star in another film centered around the Marvel character Avengers: Secret Wars, slated for 2027 debut. With Major's career trajectory already paused during the trial, his professional future is now in question. The actor could face up to a year in prison for assault conviction. He also faces a maximum of 15 days in jail and a $250 fine for harassment violation. His sentencing is scheduled for February 6th of next year. I try to sound professional, like the reporters, as much as I could. Yeah. So they found him, Jonathan Majors, guilty. There's videos. I don't know what to believe. I honestly don't know what to believe. There's videos out there, of him trying to restrain her, putting her in an SUV, her chasing him. They had testimony from the driver that said that she was the aggressor. And from what I can see of the video, it looks like she's chasing him. I don't know about you ladies out there. If I'm being abused by a man, I think the last thing I'm going to want to do is chase him. That is just not consistent. If this man was supposed to be abusive, like she's trying to paint him to be, why would she chase him? If a man is abusing you, you're going to be trying to get away from him. You ain't going to be chasing him. What are you going to be doing? Chasing him and say, "Hey, come hit me some more"? And it looks like appears on the video, he's trying to put her in an SUV. As if appears to me that he's trying to restrain her, but she had a marking, cut behind her ear, and a laceration on her finger. But I know for a fact that you can injure somebody by just trying to restrain them. I know for a fact when you're trying to restrain someone to keep someone from hitting you, you can injure them in the process of trying to restrain them. So, to be honest, I don't really know what to believe, because he was the one that called the police. Could he have hit her? Could she have been hitting him and then out of anger retaliated and hit her back? I don't know. Could he have hurt her in the process of trying to restrain her because she was attacking him? I don't know. I'm confused about the situation. I'm not going to be so quick to jump up and say that he's guilty. I think it's a possibility she could have set him up, because a woman know if you go off on a man and you hitting a man and he's trying not to hit you back and he's trying to restrain you and keep you from hitting him, and he's a lot stronger than her, he could hurt her in the process of trying to restrain her. I know for a fact that you can bruise somebody or you can hurt someone in the process of trying to restrain them. That's not you being abusive. That's just you trying to restrain them to keep them from hitting you, from hurting you. So I don't know. I wasn't there, but I seen the video of her chasing him and him trying to put her in the SUV. That doesn't make sense to me, because if a man is being abusive and he's beating on you, why would you want to chase him? I mean, I don't know about you ladies, but if a man was beating on me, the last thing I'm going to want to do is chase him. I ain't going to want to chase him. I mean, what am I going to do? Chase him so he can hit me some more? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. If this man was so abusive, like she's trying to pay him to be, why is she seen on video chasing him? That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm confused about the situation. He's saying that she was the aggressor. That they said the driver testified and said that she was the aggressor as well. There's her on video chasing him trying to put her in the SUV. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. And if he did hurt her, he could have hurt her, tried to restrain her, or she steady hitting on him, and maybe out of being angry as a reflex, hit her back. But they said he struck her in the head. That, according to her testimony, he struck her in the head. He twisted her arm behind her back and struck her in the head. Because a woman can provoke a man. A woman can you can hit a man. Of course, I always had sense enough to not to do that, especially if a man is bigger and stronger than me. But a woman can provoke a man. Is always going to be stronger than you, even if he's skinny. Um, a woman can provoke a man. Like, you keep hitting on a man and keep hitting on a man and hitting on a man. He by a reflex, he can hit you just by a reflex, just or trying to restrain you. A woman can provoke a man into hitting her. Now, don't get me wrong. It ain't never okay for a man to put his hands on a woman. I'm never condoning violence against a woman. It is never okay for a man to put his hands on a woman. It's never okay for a man to hit a woman. But I'm just saying, a woman can provoke a man into hitting her. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that was the end of the article. I'm trying to find the part where, oh Lord, that's supposed to be Michael Jackson agent. Yeah, Lord Jesus. But yeah, yeah, but that's what they said. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this? I think historically, that's what white women been doing that since the beginning of time. They've been setting black men up. They got whole black communities killed. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. And then one story about his name was Christian. I can't think of I can't think of his last name. He was Jamaican. I talked about that. Did a video talking about that. The woman, he had a white girlfriend, and there's video footage of her attacking him in the elevator and on the street, and she stabbed him and then tried to say it was self-defense, and she almost got off the hook until people came forth and said that she was the aggressor, and there's video footage of her attacking him. I don't know what became of that case, and she stabbed and killed and unalived the man. So I mean, come on now. I mean, we know historically white women have always done this. They've always set black men up historically. And she could have set him up. She could have set him up. And like I said in my other video that I did, black men have to be careful in that regard. Black men got to be careful getting involved with these white women, because if there's a domestic situation, you going to be the bad guy. They going to look at you as the bad guy. Yes. And yeah. They're gonna look at you as the bad guy every time. Yeah, yeah. It says Jabari when he grabbed. She testified he grabbed Jabari's right hand, twisted her arm behind her back, then struck a blow to her head. So that's what she's saying. So even if he did that because she was trying to hit him, she was steady trying to hit him, and he did it out of anger or he tried to restrain her, but she steady trying to attack him. Yeah, and see that's where he messed up if that's what he did. So I don't know, but I think if he seen that she was kind of on the mean side or on the violent side, he should have cut her loose. He should have cut her loose before it even got to this point. You know, and that's what black men have to be aware. You are still a black man in America. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how famous you are. You are still a black man in America. And they now Marvel didn't drop them. My son is kind of upset about the situation because he said he was kind of a fan of the Marvel series and everything, and so he's kind of upset about the situation. That he feel like he's being set up, and um, yeah, I don't watch stuff like that, so I'm not really into that. I really didn't even know nothing about this Marvel stuff. I don't really watch stuff like that. I think stuff like that is boring. I'm just not into stuff like that. I don't watch stuff like that. But they said they was gonna really build a whole franchise around him. He was gonna have one heck of a career. They was gonna build a whole franchise around him, and so this has caused him to lose his position with Marvel, and it's really sad. It's really sad. We've seen this time and time again, black men getting caught up like this. And, sometimes black men just need to stay with their own kind. I said it in another video. Sometimes black men need to just stay in, he with Megan Good now. Why is it, but every time, a black man, it was all right for him to be with her, when he was on that white girl, when he was on the up and up. But now he's on the downturn. He get him a black woman. So so people talking about that too. They're not understanding why Megan Good is putting her career and her reputation on the line to defend him, and maybe we don't know how long she's been knowing him. She could have been knowing him long before this situation. So maybe she really know him or whatever. I don't know, but it just seemed like a black woman ain't good enough when a black man is on the up and up. But then when he's on the downturn, he want to go, checking for a sister, you know. I mean, I hate to say that, but it is what it is. And a lot of people are pointing that out. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, though. They say they're going to appeal it. He's maintaining his innocence. I think if he put his hand on her, he had no business putting his hand on her. And if she was violent, before this, he should have cut her loose. Cut her loose. Cut her loose. If a black man, let me tell you something. If you a black man and you dealing with a white woman, especially if you rich and famous like that, and she's showing some signs that she can be violent and whatever, cut your losses. Cut her loose. Cut her loose. You should have cut her loose long time ago. Because something tell me that that wasn't the first time that he had a confrontation with her. She was probably showing signs of that beforehand, and it's unfortunate. This he seems like he was going to have a heck of a career, and this could ruin future opportunities for him. He could wind up losing a lot of money. So it's sad. It's sad. I'm glad that Megan wants to support him, but it just seemed like, maybe he should have hooked up with a sister in the first place. But these black men gonna learn today. You're still a black man in America. I don't care how rich and famous you are. You're still a black man in America. And then it was something happened go down with the white girl. A black woman's looking up, black woman looking good to you now. Okay? She looking mighty good to you now. See, And maybe he should have been with a sister in the first place. You know? I'm just saying. I'm not against interracial. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against interracial relationships, but for the right reasons. For the right reasons. If the white person is racist and they violent, get rid of them. Well, you shouldn't deal with a black mate that's violent. But yeah, get rid of them. Kick them to the curb. Because especially if you're rich and famous, they going to try to set you up. That happened to Stacey Dash too. Where her and that white dude, she married. Him and the kids jumped on her, called the police on her, made it seem like everything was her fault. She went to jail. She got her wake-up call too. She got her, and then she tried to be a Trump supporter and all this, try to take on liberal views and everything, and I guess she still ain't invited to the cookout. She on the up and up now. I think we should forgive Miss Stacey Dash. We should forgive her and go ahead and invite her to the cookout. We need to forgive our sister. She made a mistake. Show her some grace. But anyway, that's a whole other video. But yeah, she got her wake-up call. And that's what I'm saying. It happens on both sides. Black women sometimes get their wake-up call when they cross over. And black men sometimes, but it happens with black men more often than not. Okay? I'm not against interracial, but for the right reasons. Out of genuine love and respect for each other. If that person has genuine love and respect for you, genuine love and respect, then y'all got genuine love and respect for each other, and that white person got genuine love and respect for you, then if it's genuine, then yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But if they ain't got genuine love and respect for you, cut them loose. Cut them loose. So I just wish he had did that earlier on. That would have prevented a lot of things. But let me know. I don't know about this. Sad situation though with him. It's kind of sad because he got set up. But hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts, sisters and brothers. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Do you think she set him up? Do you think that rich and famous black men should stop dating outside their race, marrying, unless it's genuine love and respect? Just hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, this is real unfortunate. He was gonna have a heck of a career with Marvel. They was gonna make a franchise out of him. It's really sad. He's losing out on a lot of money. Oh well. At the end of the day, it's a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned. It's a hard lesson for him to learn. And it's a cautionary tale for other black males, too. Yeah, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much fame you got. You're still a black man in America. You are still a black man in America, and you're still a black woman in America. But it's more detrimental for a black man. It's more detrimental for a black man. Still a black man in America. And so hit me up in that comment section. Hit the like, subscribe, and share, and notification bell. And till the next video, you guys be blessed.